Hello and welcome to the 14th video of the JavaFx application. In the last video we created the first Monday of our calendar, which was the 27th of June, and the last Sunday of our calendar, which is the 7th of August. And here in our console you can see it says last Sunday of month, which is incorrect. That's not the correct information, so we need to go and correct that. So it's the last Sunday of the calendar. So if we run that, then that should be correct. So that's the last Sunday of our calendar, which is the 7th of August, and it is the 7th of August, and because we are working with July, we are working with the current month, and you can see here in the Windows calendar that we've got the 27th of June starting on the Monday and the 7th of August finishing on the Sunday, and that is exactly what we want. Now, in order for the calendar to display the information correctly, we need to do a couple of things. We first need to work out how many weeks we have in our calendar, so I'm going to create an integer and I'm going to call it week count, and I'm going to set that to days in our calendar divided by 7, because it's the number of days that we have in our calendar, which is 41 in this case, or divided by 7, which gives us the week count. And then in our for loop here we can set this 6 to week count. However, we have to be a little bit careful, because if we just run this code, you will find that our calendar has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. Now it's correct that there 41 divided by 7 is 5, or rounds it up to the nearest 5, whatever. But and the reason for that is because we used the first 0 row of our GridPane for the days in the week. So what we need to do whenever we iterate through our for loop here, we need to say +1, because we have one extra row we use for these days of the week. So now that that is done, we now need to create like an iterator, and it has to be a local date because it's just easy. You can use an int, but I prefer to use the local date, and you will see why. And I will call it dateItterator, and it's going to start on the first Monday of calendar, because that's where our first date of a calendar starts. Now, in order to implement this, we need to go into our else statement, because we have got nothing to do with a 0 row. We've got to do with the rest of the rows. So in order to do that, we need to say date label dot set text, and we use the integer class dot to string, because we're using the dateItterator day of month returns a string value, returns an int value, and we need to put that to string. So we're going to say dateItterator dot get day of month. So, and it will still not display that information because we already set the date label here when we created. So what we need to do is just take that out, and then it will display the data. However, if we run it now, it will only display the 27th, if I'm correct. Yes, it only displays the 27th, and it's because we are not iterating through our dateItterator. So I'm just going to go here. You see, actually this number is no longer going to be valid, so we can take that out, because we are not iterating through the number, we are now iterating through our dateItterator. So dateItterator, and in order to iterate through the dateItterator, we're going to say equals, and did I not call it correctly? Let's finish the code first. Equals dateItterator, and it's going to be dot plus 1 day, and we got to set it like that, otherwise it's not going to work. If you just say dateItterator plus days 1, it's not going to work. You have to actually set the dateItterator to itself plus 1 day. So if we run that now, we should find that our calendar starts, lo and behold, on the 27th, and okay, it ends on the 31st. It does not say the 7th of August, which is what I said I would do. However, I don't actually want the 27th, 28th, 29th and 30th to be displayed, and in order to not have that displayed, I am just going to put this in an if statement and say if dateItterator dot get month is equal to today dot get month, and I'm just going to jump to the end of that, and what we're going to do is we're going to get this set text in there, because now it will only do that if it is actually the month that we want. So if we just run that, there we go. So it does not display those days anymore, and we end here on the last Sunday of the month. So I hope that was useful. I hope you enjoyed that. In the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some buttons, and we're going to add a heading saying which month it is, add some buttons so we can iterate through our months and display the months that we want to display. So that's the upcoming events. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and leave some comments if you have any, ask questions if you want, and well, happy coding.